Welcome back to the deep dive. Tonight we're looking up, but maybe a bit differently. Thinking about the sheer passion the cosmos inspires.
Right.
Imagine you're, an amateur astronomer, totally captivated by the night sky. You've got the telescope, the knowledge, that real sense of wonder.
Uh-huh.
But then the idea of actually sharing that with like a group of strangers, that's where, well, it seems things get a bit tricky for quite a few people.
It definitely can be.
So today we're diving into the surprising power of outreach in the world of amateur astronomy. We're using insights from a guide by the Federation of Astronomical Societies, really digging into why sharing this passion matters so much.
That's exactly it. Our main source here is this really excellent guide called Guide to Why You Should Do Outreach. It's from the FAS, that's the Federation of Astronomical Societies.
Right.
They're a key national body in the UK supporting amateur astronomy clubs.
Yeah.
And importantly, it also has big contributions from the Royal Astronomical Society, the RAS.
Ah, the RAS.
Yeah, a very prestigious group promoting astronomy generally. This guide from June 2020, it really sets out why public engagement is so crucial.
Okay, got it. So let's unpack this then. Our mission today, I suppose, is to understand why amateur astronomers are, well, so strongly encouraged to share their enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
What are the common things that stop them? The barriers? And crucially, what are the really deep, far-reaching benefits that come from actually talking to the public about this stuff?
Yeah, it goes way beyond just looking through a telescope.
It feels like it's about connection.
Exactly. And what's amazing is that these amateur astronomers and the clubs they form, they represent this huge, often, untapped resource. So much passion, so much knowledge about astronomy and space.
Their dedication is something else.
It really is.
And it's not just passion, is it? It's the unique practical skills they have.
Totally.
I mean, think about it. Hands-on stargazing, getting amazing photos with astrophotography. Some even build their own telescopes from scratch.
Yeah, which is incredible. And it's interesting, many professional research scientists, they don't actually have those specific practical skills.
Really? That's surprising.
Yeah, amateurs are often incredibly skilled at the observational side, the kind of boots on the ground astronomy.
Hmm.
And, often these same people are already doing a form of public education informally. They just don't maybe label it as outreach.
Right, just chatting with friends or neighbors who ask questions.
Exactly.
Mm.
Sharing what they love naturally.
Which leads us to kind of the core question and the source, doesn't it? If they love it so much and they have these skills, why do some hesitate to share it more widely?
Mm-hmm.
And what are the really compelling reasons that might, nudge them towards doing it? That's what we need to get into.
Well, the data is interesting. Surveys show that globally, most amateur astronomy societies are actually involved in some kind of outreach.
Oh, okay. So it is happening.
Yeah, a lot of it, whether it's for the general public or specific groups like, scouts or guides. Many societies even write outreach into their actual constitution.
Wow. Okay. So they see it as fundamental.
It suggests they really recognize its importance, yeah.
And the kinds of things they do must be really varied.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You've got everything from, casual star parties,
Yeah.
setting up telescopes for people to look through,
Right.
to more structured things like school visits, club talks, working with other local groups.
Like libraries or parks.
Exactly. And also creating specific resources or running events for things like eclipses or meteor showers, big public moments.
And who are they reaching? Is it just other enthusiasts?
No, it's really broad. The general public, families, those uniformed youth groups we mentioned, just the wider community in general.
Okay. And how does it get organized? Is it just keen individuals?
Often it starts that way, yeah. Individuals who are sort of self-trained in doing outreach. But some societies do have proper outreach committees.
Ah.
Interestingly, those committees were often first set up simply to help recruit new members for the society.
That makes practical sense. Outreach as a recruitment tool.
Yeah. But even with all this activity going on, the guide points out something important. While there have been some big national programs like Stargazing Live in the UK or the STEM Ambassadors scheme, which have involved amateur societies, a lot of the time individual amateurs are kind of left to figure things out themselves, finding resources, finding places to do it.
So less central support than you might think. They're often doing it off their own bat.
Pretty much. And this brings up the sheer potential impact. you know.
How so?
Well, just imagine if even a slightly bigger percentage of amateurs did outreach regularly.
Okay.
You'd be talking thousands of knowledgeable people doing educational activities, thousands of hours, reaching thousands and thousands of people every year.
Wow, the scale would be enormous, way beyond what, say, universities or official science centers could manage alone.
Exactly. The collective impact could be huge.
Okay, so if the potential is that massive, what's stopping even more people from jumping in? The source digs into the barriers, right? Both for individuals and societies.
Yes, it does. For individuals, well, there's the very human stuff. Fear of presenting,
Mm.
lack of confidence, just being shy.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Standing up in front of people isn't easy, even if you really know your stuff.
Absolutely. And then there's that anxiety about knowledge. What if someone asks a question you just don't know the answer to?
Yeah, the fear of being stumped.
Right. Or even reluctance to handle conflict. What if someone asks a really awkward question or something deliberately provocative?
Like conspiracy theory stuff.
Could be, yeah. And then there are practical things, not knowing how to get training, feeling like you don't have the time, or worrying about the costs involved because it's mostly voluntary.
Right. Time and money are always factors. And it's not just personal barriers, is it? Societies face challenges too.
Definitely. Lack of resources is a big one. Not enough equipment, maybe, or not enough volunteers to run events. Sometimes just finding a suitable place.
A good dark site or an accessible venue.
Exactly. And then there's the worry about, like, the official stuff. Formal documentation, public liability insurance disclosure and barring service checks, DBS checks.
Ah, the background checks for working with kids or vulnerable adults. That sounds quite bureaucratic and maybe off-putting.
It can sound daunting, yeah. Another really common one for astronomy, of course, is what do you do if the weather's bad? If you can't actually observe?
The classic British problem, need a plan B.
Always need a plan B.
Yeah.
And then there are concerns about, accessibility for the audience or maybe worries about the quality or the depth of the outreach they're providing.
Is it good enough? Is it pitched right?
Those kinds of questions.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's as simple as not having one specific person in the society who's really passionate about pushing the outreach forward. A lack of leadership in that area.
Okay, so quite a list of reasons why it might not happen or not happen as much as it could. But the guide offers solutions too, right? It's not all doom and gloom.
No, absolutely not. There's good news. For instance, those DBS checks. The guide clarifies you don't actually need one for just talking to large groups.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Though they say it can be beneficial, good practice. And you can often get one for free if you sign up as a STEM ambassador.
Okay, well, that removes a big practical hurdle right there.
It takes away some of that perceived complexity for sure. And funding. There are often small grants available.
From who?
Organizations like the Institute of Physics or the RAS itself sometimes. And there are various training schemes out there too, online, face-to-face. Many of them are free.
So help is available if you look for it.
Definitely. And what's really encouraging is the point that good outreach doesn't always need loads of money or fancy gear.
Right. You don't need a giant observatory.
Not at all. Sometimes, honestly, all you need is yourself, a clear night sky, and maybe some basic binoculars or just your eyes. Sharing that basic wonder.
Just point things out.
Yeah. So, while the reasons for not doing it are real, the guide suggests many can be overcome with a bit of training, or just by pointing people towards the right info and resources.
It's not an impossible mountain then, more like a series of smaller steps you can take.
Exactly. Which leads us nicely into the why. Why bother taking those steps?
Yeah.
The profound benefits.
Okay, let's hear them. For the person doing the outreach first.
The guide calls it extremely rewarding. Just conveying your passion. It gives this deep sense of fulfillment, like you're genuinely giving something back to the community.
Yeah, I can see that.
It inspires people, gets the next generation enthusiastic,
Yeah.
and also it's just fun, genuinely enjoyable.
Okay, fun is good.
And it's a catalyst for personal growth, too. It pushes you outside your comfort zone, helps you learn new skills like communication, breaks down those barriers like fear of public speaking.
You get better at it with practice.
Totally. The guide points out that even experienced outreach pros often started out feeling nervous. But as you practice, you educate yourself, too. You have to understand something well to explain it simply.
Ah, that's a great point. Teaching is learning.
Definitely. And here's a really neat insight from the guide I liked.
Go on.
Outreach is basically just an excuse to do more astronomy.
Huh. I like that reframing. It's not a chore, it's more hobby time.
Exactly. It flips the script. Plus, encouraging these healthy discussions about, our planet, the universe,
Yeah.
It can actually boost your own well-being. You make new connections, build relationships with people who share that curiosity.
And it might even lead somewhere unexpected.
It really could. Maybe you end up volunteering with local scouts or brownies. Maybe it inspires you to write an astronomy book. Maybe, who knows, it leads to a whole career change. You never know where it might lead.
Wow. Okay, so huge personal benefits. What about for the societies themselves and like the bigger picture?
Massive benefits there, too. For the societies, local outreach is fantastic advertising. It brings in new members, which means more income, too.
Keeps the society healthy and growing.
Precisely. And for societies that are registered charities, doing outreach often directly fulfills part of their charitable objectives. Ticks that box.
Ah, important for their status.
Yeah. It also boosts their profile locally.
Right.
And encourages really valuable partnerships. Think about linking up with local libraries.
You mentioned telescope loan schemes earlier.
Yeah, those are becoming really popular. Or partnering with parks, wildlife trusts, national trusts. It bridges science in the community in really interesting ways.
Connecting different groups.
And it's vital for diversity. Outreach helps societies connect with groups who might not traditionally join an astronomy club. This makes the whole amateur astronomy community more diverse, more resilient, ensures a more sustainable future.
Keeping the passion alive for everyone.
That's the idea. Now, if we zoom out even further, the impact on the wider community. Astronomy is just a fantastic hook for STEM. Science, technology, engineering, maths.
Why astronomy specifically?
There's just something universally awe-inspiring about it. Think about that moment you show someone, say, Jupiter and its moons through a telescope for the first time.
Yeah, that little gasp you hear.
Exactly, that visceral reaction. It can stick with someone forever. It can fundamentally change how they feel about science, make it real and exciting.
And it's not just inspiration, is it? It's about tackling bad information, too.
Yes, hugely important. Engaging directly with people gives you a chance to gently challenge misinformation. Fake news stories or persistent myths like the flat Earth stuff or moon landing conspiracies.
Doing it face-to-face must be more effective than just arguing online.
Way more effective, usually. It contributes to a more knowledgeable, wider society, one person at a time.
And it opens the door to other important conversations.
Definitely. What you're talking about, space, it's a natural step to discuss related, vital topics. Climate change, seen from a planetary perspective. Light pollution, why dark skies matter.
Space spin-off technologies that we use every day.
Right. The value of exploring space. Even tricky stuff like asteroid mining or the ethics of sending humans to Mars. Astronomy gives this unique, wide-angle lens on big issues.
It really does put things in perspective. There's something about it, isn't there? The source mentions hope, connection.
Yeah, it says astronomy has this unique ability to give hope, link people together. We all share the same sky, the same planet Earth. It's a common ground.
A universal experience.
Which leads to this idea of science capital.
Science capital, what's that?
It's basically a measure of how much someone is exposed to and engaged with science. Their knowledge, their experiences, their attitudes towards STEM subjects.
Okay.
By doing outreach, you're directly increasing people's science capital, making science feel more familiar, more relevant to their lives. And that's crucial for inspiring future STEM careers.
Building that foundation of interest and understanding.
Exactly. And this is where astronomy gets really amazing, I think. Its ability to break down unexpected barriers.
How do you mean?
Well, the guy gives examples like prison astronomy, projects using astronomy to help reconnect families, giving inmates and their kids something positive and wonder-filled to share.
Wow, I'd never heard of that.
Or astronomy for the visually impaired, using tactile models of galaxies so people can feel the universe.
That's incredible.
And residential projects for young people from really challenging backgrounds, just giving them space, literally, to look up and perhaps see things differently.
What is it about astronomy that lets it do that? Bridge these gaps?
That's a really good question, I think. I think it's because the sky is for everyone, isn't it? It's universal.
Yeah.
It cuts across language, culture, ability, background. It offers this shared sense of wonder that can kind of disarm people, connect them, reminds us we're all part of something much bigger.
Sharing the same view, fundamentally.
Exactly, under that same sky. And finally, the guide loops back to well-being. It has tangible positive effects on health, mental well-being. It's a great icebreaker, gets people talking, connecting.
Just looking up together.
Yeah, simple but powerful.
So wrapping this up then, it feels incredibly clear from this deep dive that the value of astronomy outreach is just huge.
Absolutely.
For the individuals doing it, for their societies, and for the wider community, for science literacy. The benefits really do seem to massively outweigh the hurdles or the reasons people might hesitate.
I'd certainly agree with that based on this guide.
So here's a final thought for you, our listener. Considering how actually quite accessible astronomy outreach can be and how profoundly impactful it is, what small step could you take? Maybe not with astronomy, but with a passion of your own. What could you share?
Hmm.
And what ripple effect might that seemingly small action, sharing something you love,
Yeah.
have? On others, yes, but also on yourself.